Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kienan Lafferty, and today is November 21st, 2013, and you're looking at a black screen. And that is because today is the KNKL Show, episode 127, and today is Thoughtful Thursday, where we like to gather around in a circle and I impart some of my infinite wisdom, such as 2 plus 2 equals chicken. In fact, I probably should show you guys that really quick. Right here, this is some of my infinite wisdom that I will be telling you guys about today. Not really, though. What we're going to be talking about today is emotional turbulence. Emotional turbulence. We're going to be jumping right into that. And I do apologize, like I said, for the black screen because we unfortunately had a huge, my computer literally just took a dump and it died and it crashed. And all of my settings for XSplit and all that stuff just died along with it. So I need to reset up everything. No animated Emma. None of that stuff. No funny Q&A trebuchet, unfortunately, today. I'm just going to have to yell it, and you guys are going to have to be okay with it. Alright, it's enough blabbing. Let's go ahead and get into today's talk. And that is emotional turbulence. What a curious topic. Why would you choose such a thing, Keenan? Why would you want to talk about something as interesting as emotional turbulence? And the reason why I want to talk about this with you today, guys, is because I have been experiencing emotional turbulence. And I'm sure that many other people out there have had this similar feeling of, I just feel down. I feel down, but you can't really figure out why. You can't figure out why you're feeling sad, or why you're feeling angry, why you're feeling depressed. Are you becoming a brooding artist? Is your life just like collapsing in upon you? Are all of your loved ones secretly turning their backs and beginning to hate you? No, usually that's not the case. Usually what's happening is, what I've noticed, when you're experiencing emotional turbulence, it's because, there's a couple reasons for it. There is just a natural cycle of emotions, which I've gone into before. Sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. You can't be up all the time, and you can't be down all the time. And this is just a common pattern that I've noticed throughout my life. Like, no matter what I'm doing, no matter what state I'm in, or just what I'm doing, what job I have, how much money I have, how many friends I have, because there's times where I've been like, oh man, like I have so much money, like I got this job that I've been going for my whole entire life, and I'm getting paid well to do what I love, right? But I was still worrying about stuff. I was still depressed. I was still finding reasons to not be happy. And now it's like there's times where I have little to no money, right? Like don't know what the heck's gonna happen. I don't know how the heck I'm gonna make it to the next month. And I feel happier than I ever have, So it's not necessarily the situations that are happening, but rather there's always this pattern. And that's A. Okay, moving on to B. B is when you experience emotional turbulence, it's when when something around you is changing, when your life is taking a turn. Not only for the worst, right? It's not always for the worst. I mean, when that's happening, obviously you're going to have some emotional things happening. But also, you can experience emotional turbulence. You can become depressed when your life is taking a turn for the better. It's really, really strange. And I really think that when I sat down and I wrote it in my journal, because that's another good thing to do, is whenever you're feeling strange or you just don't know exactly how to put things into words, put it in your journal, and then you're forced to lay it down. You take it out of your mind, you put it in here. And I keep saying this, go to Barnes & Noble, and don't read my journal. Go to Barnes & Noble and get a journal for yourself, right? Because once you take the thoughts out of your head and put them on paper, you can then look at them rationally, right? You've laid everything down. It is a concrete idea. You like that? This is number 2, right? The sequel to number 1. One day you guys will be able to read these. When we're all 90 years old and I'm dead, then you can actually read this. But until then, it's my secrets. But once you put everything down, it allows you to take a look at, wow, okay, so, I've taken care of all these things. I've taken care of all of these little goals and things that I've set up for myself that I've wanted to take care of for a while. I've contacted these people. I've taken care of, these debts that I've owed. I've cleaned up my room. I've, just all the little things that usually sit in the back of my head and cause me to feel nervous. I've taken care of all those things. And there's literally nothing that is in my way. There's literally nothing that's in my way. All I have to do is I have to sit down. I've got a great gig going for freelance that I love working for this guy. His name's Luke. And you guys have seen the work that I've been doing because he allows me to show it to you guys. Another reason why I think he's really awesome. And I'm doing what I love. I'm making my comic. So why is it that I feel weird? Why is it that I feel... It was really strange. The reason why I didn't upload yesterday's episode, guys, is because I just did not feel good about it. I was not in a good mood while I was giving that tutorial, or just, it wasn't even a tutorial. Just while I was talking yesterday, I was not in a good mood. I seriously felt like I just wanted to just shut off the stream and just like stop talking in the middle of the show. I felt really weird. And the thing that bugged me most about it was that I had no idea why. Okay, until I went to the journal and I wrote it down. And I realized what it was that my life was changing. My life was changing to the point of, I was changing. I'm becoming a person, again, who is doing the things that I say I'm going to do. And that can be a very scary thing. It can be a very scary thing as you grow, right? As you become the type of person that you want to be. I feel that, I still have a lot of improvement to make. But I'm not saying I'm all high and mighty and everything, but I'm becoming the person that I really want to be. I'm doing the things that I really want to do. And I know that if you do the same thing out there, right? If you trust in your gut and you do the things that you want to do, you might be kind of scared at this emotion that you're going to feel. You're going to feel very scared. You're going to feel sad. You're going to feel depressed for a moment. And the reason why that is because of emotional turbulence. Okay, so now here's my analogy. When you get in the plane, right? You're traveling somewhere. For those of you who have gone on planes and traveled, wherever. Me, it's usually from California to Utah. But whenever they get in the plane, before they take off, right? What do they tell you to do? They tell you to fasten your seatbelt, right? And why do they tell you to do that? Because you're going to be experiencing some turbulence as you go up, as you reach another level. You're going to experience this turbulence, right? As soon as you get to the top, coasting level, wherever the heck they are, it's usually smooth sailing, right? You don't feel anything. You can get up, walk around, you can go eat some peanuts in the back, jack some pretzels, when no one's looking. And, you don't feel anything at that point. You're used to it. But whenever you're making that ascent or descent, right? But usually, it's obvious to notice that you're going to be feeling emotional difficulty on a descent, right? If you feel like things are not turning out the way that you want them to, yes, you're going to feel bad. But I don't want you guys to get that confused with when you actually are improving. You're actually moving to where you want to go. You're also going to experience that turbulence and negativity as you're going up. And this is going to come from inside, and it's also going to come from outside. People, everybody knows about, follow your dreams. People are going to say, oh, well, you can't do that. And a lot of people look forward to this. I know that I do. I certainly look forward to people telling me that I can't do it. I love it when people tell me that what I'm doing, it sucks. Or, what I'm doing, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense, right? I love that because I realize that a big part of who I am is I'm just that guy that just does the opposite, right? If everybody's doing this little thing over here, I'm just like, well, I wonder what happens if I just do this. And oftentimes it doesn't work out that well. But then sometimes it works out really well. Sometimes it works out really well and nobody's doing it because everybody's just kind of like made this little beaten path, this little trail, being an artist. Oh, nobody makes money doing that. But nowadays, here's the other interesting thing, is that as time progresses, things change. Things are not the same. Like, people aren't into the same things today as they were 10 years ago. What I've noticed is that all the things that were considered nerdy growing up, video games, comics, superheroes, these things are becoming zombies. These things are becoming part of the norm. These are things that everybody's into. You are now cool if you like nerdy things. You understand what I'm saying? So that's really interesting to see how things change. And you're going to change as well. So, yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that is why I was feeling really strange yesterday. And now let me tell you guys a little bit about how to combat this feeling of insecurity, this feeling of fear, and this feeling of depression that seems to come out of nowhere. And this can be applied to whether you're feeling bad because something actually bad just happened, or if you're feeling bad for no reason, which I think is a more common thing. It's very common that people come up to me, especially as artists. We're very emotional people. So people will come up to me and be like, Keenan, I just don't know what it is, but I feel down all of a sudden. I feel down for no reason. I can't even figure out what it is. And this is exactly how I was feeling yesterday and maybe the day before. And I felt this way, every couple months. It always happens. It always happens. And yesterday was another one of those days. But here's the way that you combat that. Here's a way that you can kind of almost extinguish and get rid of all the power that it has, all the power that negative emotion has. And the way that you do it is you accept the fact that you are feeling bad. You accept the fact that you have you understand that I am feeling down right now. I'm feeling very depressed. Everybody's gone from the house and I'm here all alone, and I feel so insignificant and scared, and I feel like I don't matter, and I feel like nobody loves me, and you're going to come up with all these silly things in your head. But as soon as you just accept that that's how you're feeling, accept that, and then almost like allow yourself to feel it. Instead of running away from it, instead of running, because it is the fear. You fear the feeling of insignificance. You fear this feeling of depression. Instead, what I want to ask you guys to do is really turn towards it and just allow yourself to feel that way. Allow yourself to feel sad. Maybe you have to cry. Maybe you have to yell. Sometimes I'll take like freaking a pillow or something, right? I'll just smack it on my bed, right? I'll just smack stuff, chuck stuff at the wall, and granted it should be soft things, right? Try to get use a tennis racket and hit your bed or something. Chuck a pillow at the wall. Don't throw expensive, priceless jewelry or vases. Your mom's vase that she keeps on the shelf. Don't throw that at the wall. But get those emotions out. I think emotions, I think that humans. I once heard it said this way, that humans are creatures of emotion, and we must express the emotions, and there's proper ways to do it. Because have you ever noticed that if something makes you really angry and then you hold it in, and you're like, oh, well, that wouldn't be professional of me to get angry, or wouldn't be right or proper of me to yell at this person who just ticked me off, and then you hold it in, and you hold it in, you hold it in, and then someone says something to you later, and then you just snap at them. You just yell at them, and then you just release all that energy onto them. They didn't necessarily deserve it. The reason why that happens is because we have this energy inside of us that must be expressed. Whether it's creative, whether it's angry, whether it's happy or sad, we need to let those things go. And I'm not saying that if someone ticks you off, you should just get mad at them right there. But make sure that if something makes you angry, you need to express it. You need to get rid of it somehow. And there's all kinds of ways. There's plenty of healthy ways. You can smack a pillow, you can chuck it at the wall, you can exercise, you can run, you can take a shirt. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take a freaking shirt, like if I get owned in League of Legends, or I'll just take a shirt like this, right? And then I'll just twist it as hard as I can. I'll just twist it like that, and I'll just chuck it into the freaking whatever, clothes basket, So, and that's, again, you're expelling energy, and it's really awesome once you just allow yourself. Because here's the other thing that's interesting about that, is once you start running away, or once you stop running away from the emotion and you stare it in the face and you say, I am going to express you, I am going to feel you, I'm not scared of you any longer. Once you do that, you realize it's no longer this big scary monster of an emotion. It's actually just like a little puppy dog, right? And you just pick it up and you pet it and you feel it, and you're like, okay, well, you can go away now, right? And then it loses all of its power once you acknowledge that it's there and you allow yourself to feel it. So that's what I want you guys to focus on doing from now on. Notice that you're just going to be going through emotional patterns all the time. There's times where you're going to feel really great, and I encourage you guys to just really indulge in that. Really savor that feeling of being happy. Really just enjoy whatever it is that makes you feel good. Just really enjoy that. And whenever you're feeling down, just allow yourself to feel that way too. And what you'll recognize very quickly is when you allow yourself to feel it, again, it will start you back up on the path. You'll start back on the path of becoming happy again, because you're down here, right? And instead of kind of sitting in this weird limbo, because you're like, oh, well, no, I'm supposed to be happy. I'm supposed to be happy all the time. And you're trying to force it up, right? And it keeps pulling you down because you need to feel that emotion. As soon as you feel it, as soon as you acknowledge it, it loses all of its power, and then you naturally begin your rise back up. Because you can't feel sad forever. You really can't. And you can't feel happy forever. How terrible would that be if your life was just completely happy all the time? You have nothing, there's no contrast. You can't know if something is sweet unless you've tasted something sour. And that's the way that life is. You can only appreciate things because of contrast. Okay, let's see. So that's what I had to do. Yesterday, I had to accept the fact that I was feeling bad, and there was nothing I could do about it. There was no reason outside or inside really why I was feeling that way. It was just one of those times. Instead of running away from it, I just allowed myself to feel that way. And I was like, you know what? I'm just down and I'm bummed out right now. But you know what? Here's the other crucial thing that you need to do. Is once you've accepted that you're feeling that way, don't allow it to affect necessarily your performance. Like, say you're at work and be like, you can't use it as an excuse. Don't be like, oh, well, I'm feeling bad, so everybody else needs to treat me really nice, right? Don't do that. Don't use it as, oh, well, I expect special treatment because I'm feeling bad, right? Almost keep it like, I'm feeling bad and I'm okay with that. But I'm still going to just keep chugging, right? I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep doing the things that I need to do, keep doing the things that people rely on me for, and I'm just going to accept that I feel bad right now. And I'm not going to tomorrow, next week. You know, you can't stay that way forever. And just understand that you're naturally going to come out of it, okay? Again, it's easier said than done. And I've done this many times. I've done this many times where I've gone into the slump and I'm like, okay, well, I'm here right now, and then I come back out of it. But yesterday, it still caught me off guard. It still catches me off guard because I'm like, oh, well, I took care of everything. My whole checklist in here, like everything is crossed off. There's nothing that needs to be done, and now I'm still feeling bad. Okay, now let me talk to you guys specifically also about another reason why this was happening that I believe, after examining the facts and according to the circumstances, considering the circumstances, I arrived at this conclusion. And the conclusion for me was that, again, you're in the airplane, you're rising to another level, you're rising to another level, you're becoming the person that you want to become. You're going to experience that turbulence, okay? And basically what it was for me was I was starting to notice subconsciously that the comic, right, my dream, Emma making this thing, is now becoming more real than it ever has before. The plan that I have in place, the Patreon thing that's set up so people can help me make the comic if they choose, all those things are in place, and they can work, and they will work over time. And I'm okay with how much time it takes, because really it doesn't matter necessarily about how much money it makes. It doesn't matter about it becoming a multi-million-dollar empire. If those things happen too, that's great. But really, I think why I was feeling weird was for two reasons. Reason one was because I was focusing too much on, oh, hey, this thing could become a full-time thing now. This could become my job. This could become all these things, right? And I was losing track of my original reason why I'm doing this. And the original reason why I'm doing this was because I simply wanted to do it. I'm creating this story because it's what I want to see. I'm creating the comic that I want to read. And if anybody else enjoys reading it or likes watching it get made, that's awesome too. But really, the reason why I'm doing this is because I love the fact that I can get together with my friends and we can tell a story together. We can brainstorm ideas, and we can create something from nothing. Like, that is such a cool thing to do. Like, it's so amazing. It's almost like we're the gods of the comic universe, and we create these people in this world, and we control them, right? We just get to do whatever the heck we want. And that's such a cool feeling, and that's the original reason why I'm doing this. And I feel like I was slowly kind of drifting away from that into, oh, hey, oh, now this thing's going to start making money. Now this thing's going to become a business. All right, yeah, when really none of that stuff necessarily mattered. I do believe that, I mean, obviously you need money to make it through life, but, I'm a man. I can take care of that stuff. If I need to make money, I can go out and get a freaking job. I can go start selling jeans at the mall again. I can go work at the car wash. It doesn't matter. If I need money, I can make money. But know this, Emma is never going to stop because it's just what I want to do. Emma is just going to get done. And the only thing that money is going to do is just make it happen quicker. Okay, so that was reason one. Reason one why I was feeling a little bit weird was because I was losing my original vision, my original reason. Reason two was because I stopped blaming everything on the outside for why I wasn't making progress, or why I wasn't, I don't know exactly how to put this, like, because I'm making the comic, right? But I want to make it faster. I want to make it better. I want to make it more interesting. I want to make it more awesome, right? And I think that I could do that. I really think I could be doing better than I'm currently doing right now. And the reason why I was becoming very scared and very kind of turned inwards was because I knew I was capable of doing more. I knew that everything was just in place. I said to myself, I think this is what made it click. I was like, yesterday I had this feeling. I was like, you know what? I just want everybody to go away. I don't want to do the show anymore. I don't want to do any more freelance work. I don't want anybody to bug me. I just want to sit down and make my comic, right? I just want everybody to go away. And the thing that was the very humbling fact that came to my mind right after that was that I have more time than I could ever ask for to make this comic. And I'm not using what I've been given now to make it. I'm still distracting myself. I'm still doing things, right? I'm still wasting time doing other things that I could be using to make the comic, right? And it's like, who am I to complain about not having enough when I'm not even using what I've been given already? You know, so that at that point I kind of got a little bit angry with myself. Like I kind of turned inward on myself, and I was like, you know what? No. You know, and that was the point where it clicked. It was like, this is why I'm feeling bad, because I realized that I'm capable of more. I'm capable of setting up a proper routine. I'm capable of sleeping, like being on a better sleep schedule. I'm capable of doing better, and I'm not. And I need to get back on that. So, I want you guys to just, understand that. And that maybe, you know, if you're having a similar feeling, just ask yourself, you know, am I taking advantage of the resources that I'm given now? Before you ask for more, before you ask for more time, before you ask for more money, it's like, am I spending these resources in the best way that I can before I can ask for more, you know? And you know, it's a very humbling thing. It's really a humbling thing. And stay away from excuses. Stay away from looking on the outside and being like, oh, well, this person treats me this way, or the weather is this way, or I have this mental illness. Like, I mean, I understand that there's some people out there that do have serious mental illnesses, but I'm a firm believer that, you know, really you gotta take responsibility for yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, don't play the victim. Don't play the victim. Don't say that you have this, you know, uncontrollable anxiety, or that you have manic depression, or that you have any of this other stupid crap, because, you know what, I'm sick of hearing that. I'm sick of hearing people saying, oh, well, I would be this way, but there's this outside thing that keeps me bottled down, or that keeps, you know, it's like this reigning king over me. This thing controls me. And the reason why I don't like that so much, and again, this is my opinion, okay, I might be really stupid, and this might come out the wrong way, but I'm just going to say it, is that this whole idea behind people saying that they have these mental illnesses, and they have this problem with anxiety, and they have this you know, just anything, any sort of disorder, is them becoming the victim. They're saying, this thing controls me. And instead, what I want them to say is that, no, this thing does not control me. This thing is me. This is my fault. It's my fault that I'm freaking fat. It's my fault that I can't control what I eat. It's my fault that I'm freaking anorexic and that I don't eat enough food, right? Because I'm too worried about whatever people say about me. It's my fault that I'm depressed. It's my fault that, you know, all these things happen. And the reason why I'm saying, I know this comes across as very blunt, but I want people to say this because I want them to take control of it. I want them to understand that this is not something on the outside. It's something on the inside. And once you take responsibility for it, then you have the ability to take control of it. But as long as they keep playing the victim, as long as they keep looking on the outside and saying, oh, this thing, oh, poor me, this whole thing coming in on me, they're never going to change. They're never going to change. And they're going to keep saying that people should treat them a certain way. They keep thinking that they're entitled to something because they've made up some sort of deficiency that they have for themselves. If I wanted to be a freaking brooding, depressed artist, I could do that myself. I could freaking do that tomorrow. I could become, you know, this completely, like, I could become a loser tomorrow and expect people to treat me differently because I have some sort of depression or disorder. Okay, so anyway, that's me kind of ranting about that crap. And I hope I didn't offend any of you. But again, maybe I did offend some of you. But again, those are my opinions. I don't even claim they're right. Right? I don't even claim they're right, but they're my opinions. So you guys can take that for what it's worth. And I hope that you guys, really what I'm wanting to, the bottom line of today's talk is that I'm telling myself, hey look, it's time to step up. It's time to step up, stop distracting myself, stop putting the blame on everything else, stop thinking that I'm a victim, and realize that it's me. If anything's going to make this thing happen, if anything's going to make my dreams a reality, it's going to be me. And nothing can control me. Nothing controls me and tells me that I can't do it. All right? So, man. So with all that, I'm going to open up Q&A trebuchet, please. Any questions that you guys have, for those of you who are still here, please ask away. And let's go ahead and jump into that. Whew, man. Yes. Yes. This is the... I really hope I didn't offend you guys. I'm really trying to inspire you guys and let you know that you have the power. You really do. You have the power. You don't have a disorder. You don't have this thing. You don't have, like, this term that this doctor gives you will be like, oh, well, you have this condition. You know, what if no doctor ever came up to you and said that to you? What if they didn't even know? Like, do you know that a lot of the mental illnesses that doctors now prescribe to people didn't exist, 100, 200 years ago? Like, I really believe that a lot of these illnesses, people just make up. You just make them up. So it's like, oh, well, we have a pill that we can sell you that'll take care of that. Oh, you feel depressed like everybody else in the world? Oh, well, that's a problem. Here, let me sell you this pill for 20 bucks. Oh, now that'll take care of it. It'll totally mess up your mind chemically, but it's okay because I got your money and I don't really care about you. I don't care about you. So, oh man, you guys can tell I'm very passionate about this, yeah? Oh. Anyway, today's show is rather intense. That's what people are saying. Oh man, let's see. Let's see. I'm not seeing many questions here. A lot of people are like, yeah. A lot of people are throwing out some good stuff. You guys are enjoying this. Hashtag real talk. All right. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying that. Whew. All right. Some people are. I think that yesterday, compared to how I felt yesterday, I can't even tell you guys how big of a difference yesterday it is to today. And really what it had to do with was, again, I just faced the fact that I was supposed to feel that way. I was supposed to feel that way right then, and that was not going to be forever, and that I just accepted it, and that, you know what? I may feel bad, but I'm going to keep making this comic. I may feel bad, but I'm going to keep doing my work. I may feel bad, but I'm going to keep improving. I'm going to get back on the horse. Okay. I'm going to take one question, then we're going to call it good. Coming from Aliano. I was expecting something more related to Thoughtful Thursday. He's asking something about anatomy for artists. Yes. Studying anatomy from the computer is studying real-life drawing. Can it be a good substitute? Aliano, this is a great... Okay, this is good. Shifting gears. Aliano, this is good. This is very good. I really believe that to study the figure and anatomy, it is great to study real life. Because with a photo, it's 2D. It's a projection of an image. But when you see a real life body and you just see you can see the curvature, it's all just 3D. You can see the way that light interacts with it, and you just pick up on all these subtleties, and you can see just how the muscles and everything just like lays over each other. It's really, really awesome. So I really suggest you get into that. Oh man. And I think that's gonna be it for today. All right, guys. So I appreciate you tuning in for Thoughtful Thursday again. I expressed to you guys my honest opinions today. I might, they might be wrong, they might be right. I just want to let you guys know that I always want to be honest with you, and I just want to tell you what I'm feeling. And I don't want to see people controlled by these things. I don't want to see people victimizing themselves over some illness or something that probably doesn't even exist in the first place. That didn't even exist, 100 years ago. Somebody probably just made it up. And now everybody just kind of bought into that. Okay, so I understand people with serious conditions out there, you got to take care of that, okay? But I'm saying a lot of other people, I think a good majority of people just make it up. I really do. So stop doing that. I'm going to stop messing around. This is a new commitment from me that I'm getting back on this thing. I'm making this comic. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for myself. And we're going to make this thing together. And you guys get to sit back and you get to watch and enjoy it as it happens. So I hope you guys have a great Thursday. Thanks again for joining me live on the KNKL live stream on Twitch. For those of you on YouTube, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. My name is Kienan Lafferty. We'll see you guys on Monday when we release the new Emma page. Until then, you guys take care. See ya. Please enjoy this black screen.